In this video, we will discuss what is Curricular Practical Training, or CPT, who is eligible to apply for CPT, and the parameters of CPT. In other words, when can CPT start and finish, and what is allowed under approved CPT. What is CPT? According to the United States Code of Federal Regulations, CPT is work authorization granted to eligible students in F1 status to pursue training in a field directly related to the student's major area of study. Likewise, CPT must be determined to be an integral part of an established curriculum. Note that different schools use different methods for defining these criteria. At Cal State Fullerton, we determine CPT criteria primarily through two factors. 1. Is your internship required for you to graduate? If yes, then it is CPT eligible. If no, then 2. Are you earning academic credits through coursework directly tied to the internship? It is important to understand that one of these two criteria must be met in order to receive authorization for CPT. There is no flexibility offered. Next, let's discuss who is eligible to apply for CPT. The first requirement for eligibility for CPT is to currently be in a valid F1 status. Note that this also applies to students who were previously in another non-immigrant visa status, but completed a change of status to F1. Second, you must have been enrolled full-time at an SEVP-certified college or university for one full academic year. Note that this must include one fall and one spring semester. The summer session cannot be calculated as part of the full academic year. If you have been studying in the U.S. and transferred to Cal State Fullerton, you must complete one semester at CSUF before becoming eligible to apply for CPT. Third, you must maintain a full course of study while on CPT. If your CPT is approved for the summer and it is not your final semester, you only need to enroll in the coursework tied to your internship. You must be in good academic standing. In other words, you cannot be on academic probation or notice. And lastly, you must meet your department's requirements for registering for the internship course. We cover this in more detail in the Applying for CPT video. Finally, let's discuss the parameters of CPT, beginning with part-time versus full-time CPT. There are two types of CPT approval. One is for part-time and the other is for full-time. Part-time CPT is defined as 20 hours of work or less per week, while full-time is over 20 hours per week. At Cal State Fullerton, full-time CPT is allowed only during the summer. You cannot be approved for full-time CPT during the fall or spring semesters. Finally, while there is no limit on the amount of part-time CPT that can be approved, if you are approved for 12 months of full-time CPT, then you are no longer eligible to apply for OPT. Another aspect of CPT is that it is tied to a specific employer or organization. In other words, when you receive CPT authorization, you are allowed to work only for the employer or organization that is specified by your CPT I-20. A third parameter of CPT is that it is date and semester specific. What this means is that the start and end dates of your CPT authorization must be within one specific semester, fall, spring, or summer. If you want to continue your internship beyond the dates of the semester for which it is approved, you must begin the CPT request process again from the start. For eligible start and end dates for a specific semester, please refer to the employment section of the ISS website.